And we're back. So, as Matthew alluded to his song on Rain Clouds, this was interesting redoing these songs because keep them in their original form, improve them musically, improve them lyrically. That was really a struggle throughout the entire process. Some we kept slavishly to the original. Some we felt were actually good enough to make improvements. So this song. Still remember well driving up to Mount St. Helens to visit the family up there, a girl I would later marry. And
the one he went to Nashville with, for those of you who remember Blonde Baseball and Beer.
Mount St. Helens was blowing up right at that time. That should have been an omen I picked up on. But
it really is when you think about it.
I did see that as the red flag that I think the gods must have been sending out. So I wrote this song. And years later, it was not applicable anymore. And so I rewrote it. I wanted it. It was a good song, I felt. Matthew was always complimentary on it. And so I rewrote it with the lyrics appropriate to my wife now. And all. And musically, I really wanted it to be a little bit more of a bluegrass feel, but or a Byrds sounding. I don't quite know if we actually achieved it. We just simply have the Stony Creek revival stamp on it. But anyway, so that's what I was going to say.
Well, I also want to say that with the bridge that Gordon added in here, I thought it made it into a much better song. And when he updated it about his current wife, it was good because he's got a much better wife.
Thank you.
That goes to me, right? When I hear this song, I always think of all of us when we were kids, teenagers, and it'd be like 108 degrees outside, and we were all crammed in Gordon's 68 El Camino, and he wouldn't turn the AC on until we got on the straightaway.
I'm still that way.
And so here's 4 kids.
Cheap. Stuff on an engine.
Four teenage boys in 108. Yeah, we don't stink. And nowhere AC. But that's what I always think back on this song, because it's kind of a driving song.
It is. It's a road trip song.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
So, but what's interesting is, I'm going to say it this way from a drummer's standpoint, is the studio giveth, the studio taketh away. I'm not that good of a drummer, so just remember when you hear that, and I'm throwing it down, and I'm not that good of a drummer, but it was fun making this song.
Yeah,
we did. Of his brain.
We did some edits in there, but all the songs, adding guitars, vocals, drums, that's part of the what goes on in the studio stays in the studio.
Yeah, and one of the things I think we learned from watching the Get Back, special is that when you hear the first songs that the Beatles were doing in their raw version, they're not very good. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear the studio, once everything is balanced, and they're epic, and so I'm not saying this is epic, but when we actually put a polished version together, it came out really beautiful. It's a beautiful song. I've always liked.
So those of you who enjoy country rock or a folk rock sound, this one is for you. Mark?
And as Elvis Presley once said,
man, you're beating that one to death.
Hey, it's a good saying.
I love it.
What did Conway Twitty say?
It's only make-believe.
Good. You came up with that pretty good.
I know. But anyway, if you see a turtle on a 10-foot pole, you know it didn't get there by itself. We didn't do this by ourselves either. We need your help. We thank you so much for enjoying this. If you want to continue to go on this ride with us, rock our subscribe bar. Give us a thumbs up. Give us 2 thumbs down if you don't like it. Ring our bell, because if you do,
we make another nickel. Okay. All right.